Okay, starting a live stream, and I'm going to do the thing that I often do and make a cocktail. Wait, where that? God, my fucking brain stopped. Oh, that's it. It's a night wish. I have no idea why this is called a night wish. It's not very nice. Hey, honey, I'm just going to make a cocktail. Short one. And depending how quiet the start of the stream is, when I drink that, I might even make another one. But we'll do this one. Which I'm making with rum, even though the shite recipe said make it with vodka. As if I'm going to make it with vodka. Honestly. It's got all these tropical flavors. Look, no, white rum. I'm going to make it with vodka. Because I'm a goddamn snob. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, so, I'll give things an ease in. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I have to get a my white rum, Jimmy rum, in fact, banana liqueur, and lemon juice, sugar. God damn it! There's always something I forget. I don't want to put that sugar syrup in. I'll go too dark. Banana. Don't have a big bottle of creme de banane left, do I? No, it doesn't. Right, okay. Ugh. Go out for 5 seconds. Well, 30 seconds. Get something out the fridge. Wouldn't be back. 3 watching. Hello, everyone who's watching, by the way. Feel free to say hello. Or just chill. It's cool. I'll be back in 30 seconds anyway. Okay, that took slightly longer than I was planning because the first sugar syrup I was going to use seemed to have something growing on it. And I thought, is that really fungus or something? And I just went, you know what? Err on the side of caution. Mostly just sugar and water. There's some pineapple pulp left over the last time I juiced some pineapple. So, I'm not losing that much. Right, so got to get ready. Shake this little cocktail. Glass there. Double, triple checking. This is everything. White rum. Creme de banane. Banana liqueur. Lemon juice. A little bit of lemon juice. A little bit of sugar syrup. Do-do-do-do. Yep. I think I'll just use this one. Let's get the white rum ready. All right. Let's get this rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. That looks about right. Well, let's go. Sure, yeah. Banana liqueur. Yep. 7.5 mil. 15 mils lemon juice. Get some more of this. And 10 mils sugar syrup. It's probably plenty. Oh man, that's a good sugar syrup. Okay, that's that one made. Now we put some ice in it. Hey, Mega Leech, by the way. As you can tell, I'm just making a cocktail. Oh shit, I almost stopped it. That would have been a disaster. I got the dropsy. Alright. Nick and Nora glass, I think. Nice and elegant. That's about right. Let's do this. Okay, that's painfully cold to hold, so it's probably done. Let's bring that in there. Ooh, that's pretty good wash line. Okay, that's enough of the making up. We'll put this aside. Oh wait, I need to take my publicity photo. All right, and so now we do the talkie bit. Ugh, which means get that darn light out of my eyes. Okay, da-da-da. Bounce it off through so the light's softer, so it looks sexy instead of blotchy. Well, as much as possible anyway. So I'll line this up. Ooh, I might actually have to check something with my audio recorder. Might need to change the batteries. Loading, loading, loading. No, that looks okay. Okay, let's do this and this. G'day cocktail lovers, this is called a Night Wish. Not sure why because it's not very dark, but it is interesting to me. Starts off like a typical tropical drink, but it has sherry. When I saw that, I thought, I need to try it, and I'm gonna try it. Oh, that is great. Here's how we make it. It's actually really good. In a shaker, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of white rum. Follow that with 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of sherry. Then 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of banana liqueur. And 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of lemon juice. And finally, about 1/3 ounce or 10 mils of sugar syrup. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. There's only a small amount of sherry in here compared to the rum and other components, but it really brings character in it. It's a very interesting drink, and I recommend you try it. The Night Wish. Cheers. I do genuinely recommend this one. It's very interesting. All right. No, who was that? Mizzle on Twitch. Hang on, I'm going to sit down and say hello. Switching this off. Switching this off so the light's a bit less harsh. Follow the stream. And I'm going to sit right down. Okay, there we go. Camera auto adjusting and we're fine. So good to see you, Mizm. I am doing fine. And I'm in fact going to enjoy this cocktail. Tropical cocktail with sherry. Man, that is actually really yummy. That's an 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10, that one. That is yummy. Oof. Oh, if I tell you what, if I was running my own bar, I might play with that and tweak that a little bit. And maybe play with the ratios, even play with the ingredients. I could put white rum in here. Okay, it's the Jimmy, actually. It's a slightly funky white rum with a banana liqueur, and the sherry is all sort of happening, doing a thing. Okay, there's too much room over my head. I'm just gonna do that. Minor adjustment. I'm just being fussy. Oof. And so I also have an idea for a second drink, which is like a variation on a tequila old fashioned, really. Hey, Strictly Sega, how you doing? Good to see you. Wait, I left my phone over here. I need to get it. Put that. In fact, Night Wish, you go from to do to doing. And oh wait, what am I doing? Okay. Things to think of doing. Another sunken boat. Maybe. I am doing fairly well. Thank you for asking. Had a chill weekend. Have a good time. You know, watched Doctor Who today. That was fun. No spoilers. Worth watching. And I also saw the teaser for the next one, which I think is a Christmas episode. And fuck me, the insecure white boys I feel I'm going to be upset all the time, which is just super fun, honestly. It's a Princess Mary's Pride, Calvados, Johnny's Dream, tequila and a bitter red aperitivo. Lime juice and orange juice. Not making that tonight. A Sweet Lady, Scotch, peach liqueur, white creme de cacao. Don't have any peach liqueur, but... Oh, yes. I fucking loved Talk to Me. That's just stunning for a first feature film. The two brothers from Raka Raka, who made all their silly YouTube videos for years, and it's their first feature. It's just so... It's technically executed really well. It's just really well put together. Done such a good job. The lead's really good. She's great. Particularly bit, and this is on the trailer, so this is not really a spoiler, but the bit where she just goes, run, run, run. She's creepy as fuck. She's so good. But it is just generally very good. It is, it's a teen horror film, and it's original. I mean, a core concept. Seance goes wrong. Hardly new concept. That's that idea has been around for a very long time. But yes, I unreservedly recommend Talk to Me, unless you really hate horror movies. It's a good horror movie. Obituario. Blanco tequila, mezcal, Bianco vermouth. Was it the Brave Bull? That was the one I was going to make. Tequila and coffee liqueur. Yeah, well, I think this is the sign of the difference with the Raka Raka dudes. They've been doing shit like wanting to make their own films since they were 10 years old. And they don't just want, they do. And it's really good. So you got it back in October. Yeah, I just finally watched it this weekend. New Mutants is not a horror movie. It's a Marvel movie, and it's not great. And it bombed pretty badly because it was meant to kick off a new string of movies, and it just kind of bombed, and no one gave a shit. I guess, actually, they've structured elements of New Mutants like a horror movie. Oh gosh, Fred the movie. But again, Fred the movie, I think, is commensurate with Fred the YouTube channel. So, like, Fred the YouTube channel was a single joke. So that still got him to be the first person to get 1 million subscribers. Man, they were fucking yum. Bourbon, Aperol, Amaro. Mint leaves. There are mint leaves out in the garden. In fact, I left some too long. All right, I think I am going to... That's right. Okay. It's finding these 100-year-old recipes, and two caught my eye. And then I re-looked at them, and 60 mils whiskey, 50 mils green chartreuse. Oh, that's really interesting. One's 60 mils whiskey, 15 mils yellow chartreuse, 15 mils dry vermouth, and a dash of orange bitters. The other one is 45 mils whiskey, 30 mils yellow chartreuse, 50 mils dry vermouth. So those are actually going to taste different. I should make them both in one video and compare them, I think. Not going to do it tonight. You watched a movie directed by Jonah Hill called Mid-90s. I feel like I've heard of that. It's good. Okay, cool. Oh god, I was just vegging out today. I watched a couple episodes of Big Mouth, another episode of that Scott Pilgrim thing. It's still tripping me out that I expected it to be the comic book and it's something different. So that's tripping me out a bit. All right, you know what? I'm gonna make one more cocktail video, and then sit down. What's it? A brave bull. I'm gonna make this. Watched a DreamWorks movie called Home, which was annoying. Okay, so I just watched Talk to Me, some animated shows, and then I watched Doctor Who today. Yeah, but I guess, there's DreamWorks and there's DreamWorks. A studio that generally does more hits than misses. That is absolutely true. Again, who was it? It was like really big name producers: Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Geffen. People who just, they had the sway, and they just really wanted control to make good films, and it broadly works. Dr. Jones, wake up now. How you doing? I'm happy to see you. I'm about to make a tequila cocktail, kind of a variation on a tequila old fashioned. This is just a short video, so this is, in theory, only going to take me a couple of minutes to do. All right, I'll get ready. Get ready, because here I come now. Now I've got Motown songs stuck in my head. Worst things, though, I mean, if you're going to have something stuck in your head, Motown songs are a pretty good thing. Never made me feel the way that you do. It's all right. All right. Speared me a cherry. I'll sit that there. And I will peel me an orange peel just to have it ready. Ooh, yeah. I love the smell of orange oil. I have an idea for this. Alright, bring this over here. Okay. I need to get to the job. It is here, isn't it? There it is. What's that? Parfait Amour. I do have peach liqueur in here. Why don't I think I didn't have peach? Oh, there is brown creme de cacao. Okay. Going to use up my brown creme de cacao. Alright. Alright. That there. That there. You go back in the cupboard. You can go over here. I got to organize some things. Okay, so Jimmy Rum goes back on the rum shelf. Reposado tequila. Holy shit, it's just the time. I've got to get some more tequila. tiki bitters. Where are my tiki bitters? It's Bitterman's New England. There we go. Bitterman's tiki bitters. Okay. Let's go with the tequila. Wait, how much am I doing? 45 mils. And 22.5 mils. Okay. I gotta do the close up. Baby shark. I don't think I know how it basically goes because everyone made jokes about it. But my kids were too old they were adults when Baby Shark came out, so I never had to worry about it. It's probably the sort of thing they would have got into when they were little. All right. Dots ready, dots ready. No, I guess we go. Tequila. I'm going to make this mocha rather than coffee. Oh shit. Oh, wait. Tiki bitters. Ooh, man, those tiki bitters are so aromatic. Smell the allspice in them. Okay. Now for the close-up. Oh, no, that's not a front. God damn it. Getting ahead of myself. Right, we want to put some ice in there and stir it up. That's probably enough. Okay. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. Oh. That's pretty fucking yummy. Just make sure we're framed up right with that glass. It's about right. All right. All right. Do this. Do a twist of orange peel. And where's my cherry on a skewer? Okay, now I'm done with the close-up. Right, now I do my short talky bit for it to be only a short video. As pirates say. Okay. Turn this on. Turn this on. I think the world's got comic book movie fatigue. Okay. Recording that. Recording this. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is essentially a tequila old-fashioned where the sweetener is coffee liqueur rather than sugar syrup. It's called a Brave Bull, and taste-wise, those earthy coffee flavors and tequila go so well together. Here's how we make it. In a mixing glass, we put 45 mils or an ounce and a half of reposado tequila, and then we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of coffee liqueur, and finally 1 dash of tiki bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a rocks glass over a big chunk of ice. And for garnishes, we'll go with a twist of orange peel and the ever faithful maraschino cherry on a skewer. If you like an old-fashioned, I recommend you try this. The flavors go together really well. The Brave Bull. Cheers. And I do recommend it. It's yummy. And I cheated and put chocolate in because I don't like coffee that much. I probably should make one of my own at another point and say I'm using chocolate, not coffee. But, okay, that's it. I'm not going to make any more videos tonight. I'm just going to sit and chill. Chill with my homies. Okie doke. Let's sit down. I get this out the way. We're all good in the hood over there. That's good. Okay. Dr. Jones, trying to get into martinis. 3 bottles of Sipsmith gin. That's bold. London Dry, Slow, and Strawberry. Oh, that's an interesting one. Going with their strawberry gin and a little bit of dry, extra dry vermouth. Doing a slightly sweeter than normal martini is a good way to get into them. I prefer with a dry gin, but work your way up to it, I say. As I've mentioned, I think many times before, Mrs. Angry started with... I haven't put the... Oh man, I didn't stop the audio recorder going. Okay, that's a whole thing. All right, switch that off. I didn't put the lid on my cherries, and I just noticed I really only got half a cherry, and that's not fair. So I'm gonna get another one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So yes, if you find even that a bit harsh, Dr. Jones, do way more vermouth. Like, even 50-50. But depends if you like it. But like with the dry gin, do 2 ounces gin to 1 ounce vermouth. Even 50-50, like I said. Micro's got a sit rep, drinking all night, next to no food. Oops. I think that's what we call a tactical error, Micro. Oof. Well, we all go through that. Little learning experiences. And even when you've long learned the lesson, it's like occasionally you need a reminder. Yeah, try 2 to 1. Very, very popular ratio for martinis. Definitely qualifies as wet, probably even sopping wet. Oh man, that drink's really fucking good. But yeah, you got to find what you like and go with that. But that's why I love experimentation. 'Cause, you know, you can go with that. But that's why I love experimentation. Like it's basically an old fashioned, but you just change what the sweetener is. Instead of the sweetener actually being sugar, you make it a liqueur. That's pretty fucking yummy, quite honestly. Hot damn. I think maybe I had more of the brown creme de cacao than I thought. I think I probably would like it with more coffee liqueur. I think. Okay, so the Brave Bull, the ratio I saw was 45 mils Reposado tequila to 22.5 mils coffee liqueur. So ounce and a half of tequila to 3/4 of an ounce of coffee liqueur. And I actually just made that. It's mostly brown creme to cacao because I thought I just had a little brown creme to cacao, and I thought I'll mix that with the coffee liqueur, and then it'd be like a mocha. It turns out I had a bit more brown creme to cacao than I thought. So this is mostly sweetened with brown creme to cacao and just a little bit of coffee. So I didn't really make it properly, but I like how it turned out. Yum-o. I think I'd definitely try variations of that in the future. It's a happening thing. Actually, shit, Strictly Sega. That's the name for this one. It was based on the Brave Bull, and I put brown creme de cacao in instead of coffee because I was wussing out on the coffee. It's a How Now Brown Cow. A bit late, but that's what I'm christening this drink now. The How Now Brown Cow. Oh, it is really fucking tasty. It's probably a little bit sweet, but it's really tasty. Gotcha. I might try that. I mean, obviously, almost any maker's tequila is going to taste at least a bit different. I might try that with an añejo tequila. Doon the line. Wish I knew more about tequila. That's the one I know next to nothing about. I don't know what's a good one and what isn't. And there is actually a bottle shop not far from me that has a really, really good range of tequilas. I mean, honestly, Dan's has a reasonable range. I just don't know what are the good ones. So I tend to get something that's not dirt cheap because that's normally shite, but I normally get something that's on special. Because that's how I shop. What are you getting? It's like, I don't know, what's on special? Like the chicken I cooked for dinner tonight, I literally just got because it was on special at Woolies. I like Espolon. I don't think I've had El Padrino. In fact, there's even one. What's it called? 1800, and that's made by like Cuervo or someone. Actually, I'm sure I can find out. It's actually made by one of the big houses. See if I can find out who makes it. Okay, $5 off for members at Dan's. Yeah, I did like the flavor. Okay, now I'm just going to search who makes the Beckman family. Yeah, they own a Jose Cuervo. Okay, it's from Jalisco. I thought it was pretty good. You know, like Jose Cuervo has a bad name among tequila lovers, but I have to admit I liked the 1800 añejo, which again I got because it was on special. You can tell the El Padrino has vanilla. Yeah, a lot of them do that. They'll add vanilla or caramel. There is a website where tequila obsessives all swap notes. Tequila rating website. I'm sure that'll turn it up. Tequila Matchmaker. That's it. Real die-hard tequila freaks go on there. Okay. So Añejo is by far the best rated. The Reposado and Silva are in the 60s. The Añejo, the experts rate at 74 out of 100, and the community rate at 76. I did really like it, I have to admit. But yeah, I'm not a tequila expert. Well, I guess that's the thing. The El Padrino, smooth flavor. If you like drinking it, it's like, well, okay. Yeah. Purists get kind of mad that it's got additives, but it's good. Okay, that was super yummy. Oh, I'm gonna watch that when it's free. The Dungeons and Dragons movie did seem kind of fun and silly. A lot of fan service for Dungeons and Dragons fans, from what I saw in the trailer. So yeah, I've got my eye out for that being free. Maybe it's already free on the streaming services. I don't know. What else did I watch? Oh, left field. Like Saturday night, Mrs. Angry and I decided to watch a movie, and I was flicking through what was recently available, and there's this one called Polite Society, and it's kind of like it's kind of like a Bollywood movie, although it's set in England, and the family are Pakistani Muslims rather than Indians, and it's got this whole thing like you go to be a stuntman. So there's all these really ridiculously unrealistic choreographed fight scenes. It was exactly what I was expecting, and what I was expecting was kind of silly, light fun, and it was silly, light fun. If you want more than that from the movie, you maybe don't want to watch this one, but we enjoyed it. We had Mexican Safa, so it was good. Actually, I had to drive to get we got takeaway because we just decided with COVID everything's a bit dodgy. So we got takeaway. Oh, nice! Strictly Said got Honor Among Thieves 4K from JB for only $20. I made this today. This is a clarified eggnog, and the components are really different to the last one I made. So this should taste really different. So I hope it tastes really nice because I made a lot of it. The other ones were super yummy, and I just wanted something different. So the booze constituents in this were quite different. I'm betting it's yummy because I kind of know what I like. But first time tasting it, so we'll see if I've made a terrible mistake. Nope, not a terrible mistake. That's yummy. And I deliberately made it less sweet than the last one. I think that's good. I mean, not that I really minded how sweet the last ones were, but yeah. Fair question. So I didn't drink that much on Friday night. I mean, I drank, but no, I was fine. I didn't even have a nap on Saturday. Yes, I reckon it's very much geared up for a sequel. I think, in fact, Chris Pine's already been saying that they've told him there's a confirmed sequel. Oh man, that's fucking nice. No, I think I have improved that by making it less sweet. It's still, if you don't like sweet drinks, you'd think that was really sweet. So, yum. Yes, Tricky Sager. I don't really think it counts as a sequel. I know there was a Dungeons and Dragons movie that kind of disappeared without a trace, and maybe they set it in the same world. I don't know, but I think 20 years later we don't really count as a sequel. But who knows? Uh, Archer couldn't find heavy cream and vodka, saw tequila. Made Black Russian with reposado tequila. Sounds like a wave ball to me. Uh, yeah, I mean, he certainly improvised a few drinks. Oh, okay. So they actually have explicit crossovers. Okay, that's interesting. I did not know that. Okay, cool. I think I really have to stretch my memory. I definitely saw the 2001 Dungeons and Dragons movie, but I have no clear memory of it. I just kind of remember it didn't do well. Oh fuck yeah, that's good. Oh, it's just got this. Even though it's really clear because I clarified it, it still has the sort of richness and creaminess, the mouth feel from the eggnog. It's fucking yummy. Nice. It's not homogeneous because I switched up the ingredients to make it less sweet. It's got rum and whiskey and a pineapple amaro. So an interesting sort of bittersweet drink, an amaro that's pineapple based, and it's very tasty. I also feel like I've been a bit industrious this weekend. This is a bottle I emptied to make to get our barrel blend that I talked about on Friday's stream and put together. And it's like, ooh, because I like these. These are now the old Starwood bottles with the starburst and stars painted on them or printed on them, I'm sure. But yeah, they're not stickers. That's like, I think it's reasonable to say it's painted on. I think, and it's tasty. And yeah, I like those bottles, so I kept them. And so I had to soak off the labels of them and the rye whiskey bottle I emptied. So I'm think I'm going to recycle the old ones. Like there's some bottles I've been using for years. I thought, okay, maybe time to retire them because I've got some new ones now. Oh, okay, yeah, there's the go. Chris Pine is confident it'll happen. Yeah, I have seen that. I've seen Chris Pine doing interviews saying, talks with the studio is it's probably going to happen. So, yeehaw. Man, that is so fucking tasty. So, also just trying to guess the average alcohol content in that because it's someone's setting off fireworks. Someone's definitely setting off fireworks. Why the fuck is someone setting off fireworks? Is it Hanukkah? Do they do fireworks for Hanukkah? Because we're in the middle of Hanukkah. Okay, very weird. I don't know what it's about, but I can definitely hear fireworks going off. Yes, Safa, happy Hanukkah, all those around. It's Aussie Day every day. Well, it can be. But yeah, someone is setting off a reasonable amount of fireworks. Wow, they're still going. I don't know if it's in someone's backyard or if there's an event somewhere, but someone's going for it. All right, the microphone's actually you can vaguely hear little pops from the microphone. There you go. What a good microphone. Yeah, you do just occasionally get people doing fireworks, and who the heck? I'm actually guessing this is something to do with Hanukkah. They're still going. Jesus. So I feel like this is not someone doing it in their backyard. Going on for this long, I feel like this is an event things. Oh, God, isn't that like Ben Shapiro's fucking studio? Is it just like trying to push their fucking bigotry? Yeah, well, I think you're right. I don't think even Ben Shapiro supporters found it funny. It's just, you know, a hate fest, and they were more interested in pushing their ideology than actually making a decent movie because they're all pieces of shit. Well, you know what? You have an informed opinion. You thought, oh well, I'm going to have a look. Nope, not actually funny. That's literally what I've heard. That it's just not good. That the script is terrible. That it's badly made, and that it doesn't make you laugh. It's just a little hate fest. Oh man, that's so fucking yummy. Man, I fucking nailed that one. But I'm gonna be a good boy because I'm going into work tomorrow. Have some sooty water while the fireworks continue to pop off. It's a whole thing. Whatever the fireworks are about. So what else did I do? I did some bacon fat washed whiskey. And I actually meant to have it ready for this stream, but I got distracted. I mean, I could bring it in here and strain it, and I could do that. I could bring it in here and strain it and taste it. Man, those fireworks are still going off. I had chicken for dinner, Safa. You mentioned this earlier. It was on special. It was these pre-marinated chicken breasts, and there were a lot of them. So I cooked them all up, and I was having some. And Mrs. Angry was making herself some salad and some veggies. I said, "Do you want some chicken to go with what you're doing? Because I've got like just a bunch of chicken here." And so she had it. It was actually pretty good. Yes. Although I did not use any chicken tonight sauce, I did have chicken tonight. You know what? I think I'll bring the bacon fat washed whiskey in here and strain it and give it a taste on stream. Because I don't know what else to make with it but an old fashioned. There's a Benton old fashioned, which you make with bacon fat washed bourbon. This is Australian whiskies. Right, this is just going to take me a minute, probably 60 seconds to go and consider. Hey, Hannah, by the way, read a news article. Oh, okay. Now I have to see this. Okay, post some stuff about it. I'll be back in 60 seconds and we'll see what it's about. All right. I'm back. God damn, those fireworks are still going off. Okay. Okie doke. Let's get some stuff happening. So, Hannah's news story. Woman ran into the grocery store, grabbed 2 items, missing dinner. 2-year-old throwing a tantrum. No self-serve open. Line up with people, full trolleys. Pissed off ladies front row didn't offer to let her go in front. Retaliation. Woman in front of her waiting items to be scanned. Woman grabbed bacon, eggs, and butter from the woman shopping to put it with hers. Not offering to let her go. No, that and okay. I get that the woman was frustrated and upset to start with, which I completely understand. Yeah, taking it out on someone else because they don't do what you want, even if you're convinced what you want is completely reasonable. No, that's not a thing to do. All right. So, well, that's what happened in our house. I was cooking meat. Mrs. Angry's making salads and veggies, and it worked. All right. So, bacon fat. So, how do you do it? You get bacon fat. I actually cooked some bacon in the oven and had it on a rack and caught all the fat in a drip tray and then poured the fat into the whiskey, shook it all up, let it infuse, and then you put it in the fridge or freezer for a while so the fat solidifies. So now we've got to poke a hole in it. And for anyone asking, yes, I am absolutely going to use this now whiskey flavored bacon fat in cooking. Need to punch a hole in here so the whiskey can come out. Okay, I think I punched a hole in there. Now I'm filtering it. I just got cheesecloth on a funnel. I'll just filter the bits out of the whiskey. And all right, now this is bacon fat. Okay, now my hands are greasy. And there you go. That went through pretty easily. Filtered out any crap. You can see it's cloudy. I got a bacon fat infused whiskey now. Just put that in there. I don't have a lid. Yeah, there's definitely like some fats and oils are kind of absorbed in here. It's very cloudy now. Oh yeah, no whiskey bacon fat to cook fries in. I might even do something like that. I mean, it smells like bacon. The whiskey smells like bacon. It should taste a little bit not on ice at room temperature. Let me get a mini Glencairn. I don't want to drink any serious booze more tonight. I do want to taste this though. Make an old fashioned with this. Full on smells like bacon. It actually doesn't smell like whiskey. It just smells like bacon. Oh dear. It totally tastes like bacon. Ah. Ah. It's actually pretty intense. I think it'll make a good old fashioned though. I'll do that later in the week. Oof. That's pretty. Oh, wow. That's pretty full on. All right. So I'm going to make an old fashioned with this later in the week. And I'll probably cook some potato or fries in that whiskey bacon fat. Yeah, that again, it's weird with that woman. I get where her frustration for was coming from, but the acting out was completely unreasonable. Is it like bacon flavored shapes? It kind of is. I think this is not a great drink straight. This has not improved the whiskey. Like that little sip I had, honestly, not great, but I think in an old fashioned, particularly if I use my rich spiced apple brown sugar syrup, I think that will make a really nice old fashioned. That's the theory, anyway. I mean, I didn't make that much of it. It's a couple of 100 mils. So if it's shite, it's like, oh well, it was an experiment. Dr. Jones, that may well happen. I could do that, put it in the fridge again and see if even more fat solidifies on the top. Maybe I'll do that. It honestly, not that far from ham cider. So this woman was proud enough of her action. She posted on TikTok. Oh, God. Yeah, no, that's someone who has some problems. If they actually do something shitty like that and boast about it, it'd be one thing to do something shitty and keep it to yourself, but to do something shitty and then boast about it, I feel like that person has issues. Issues. Some issues going on there. You want that level of confidence or arrogance or, sociopathy, something like that. But yeah, that's that person is going in a wrong direction in their life. That's not cool. Not cool at all. That is not a good thing to be doing. And that person needs to rethink their life choices. Oh wait, what's Anna Polachek resigned? Did they have an election or did she just resign? Wow, Anna Polachek resigned. That's fucking news. What's that about? It's all videos. Has no one had time to write anything about it? No. Okay, what did news say about it? Months of speculation. She's going to step down, throw support behind her deputy to succeed her. She said she began considering retirement during a holiday to Italy in September. And then she's actually leaving Parliament. She'll have no job in January. Wow. Ms. Palachek's resignation leaves the ACT Chief Minister Andrew Barr as the last pandemic leader who's still in power. Most of them resigned, and a couple lost elections. There you go. Well, I just thought I'd look at news headlines to see if anything interesting happened, and that's actually pretty big news. Your fave TikTok is a girl talking about guacamole, my favorite restaurant. Felt obligated to give it to a homeless man. Making a video about someone in the background says, not a good deed if you boast about it. She went back here. I'm not boasting. I regret I'm a terrible person. I want my guac back. She actually said, I'm going to give it to a homeless person. Wait, I just gave him my guac and I really want it back. Some people turn just like toxins. It's okay. Oof. Goodness gracious me. So I'm hoping when I make an old fashioned with this, some of the whiskey characteristics come back, because I did put one of my smoky whiskeys in there, and I want that character to come in. It's just kind of harsh and sharp, drinking it straight. Not my thing. Ugh, I'm half tempted to it now, but I'm not going to. I'll leave it till later in the week. And then we will see if I just. In fact, you know what? I am gonna put this in the fridge, just because I'm mildly worried about it going off because of the bacon fat. But also, I am intrigued to see if even more of the fat kind of comes out of solution and solidifies. I think that will be an interesting experiment. So I'll do that. Also, I'm super looking forward to cooking some chippies or potato in that whiskey bacon fat and see what that tastes like. I'll probably do that during the week. Well, not even this, chippies, I think, is what I want to cook in it. Thinking if I hadn't already had that chicken tonight, cooking the chicken in that would probably be super fucking yummy. But I think something really neutral like potato or chippies. Oof, now I've got this idea in my head. I'm going to do it. Oh, see, bacon vodka sounds like a terrible, terrible idea to me. Because vodka does, in my mind, not have the right character. I think with bacon fat, you want to use a brown spirit, whiskey or rum. I feel like, oof, bacon vodka. Vodka needs sweets or even herbal stuff. Herbal stuff's okay in vodka, but vodka particularly lends itself to sweet stuff, I think, dissolving either fruits or candies in it. Well, you don't dissolve the fruit, you just macerate it and infuse it. Or even tea for that matter. Put tea in vodka to get alcoholic tea. That's your thing. That's the only thing I think vodka is good for, is a base for an infusion. That you want to be alcoholic. I know I've done it a lot. Like I said, particularly with sweet things. Although I have done some herbal ones as well. Oh, goodness gracious me. But I tell you what I've got to do during the week, because I'm so far ahead with the videos. I need to do the AIDS Memorial cocktails this week. So I've got them ready to go live before the 30th of December. I just have to make the final decision, because I'm definitely doing the Code Grey Espresso Martini, modeled on how sweet and creamy Aidsy liked his coffee, and the Devil's Sazerac, which is going to involve fire. So now I just have to decide, is that one video with 2 cocktails in it or 2 different videos? That is a decision I still have to make. I'm thinking maybe 2 videos. Do the Code Grey Espresso Martini, and I think with my schedule, that would go live on about the 28th of December. And what channel is this? It's Angry Aussie. Okay. Ooh, renewed and cancelled TV shows 2023. Peacock show Twisted Metal, which I don't think is even in Australia on any of the streaming services. Matthew Mackey. Found. Never heard of that either. Irrational on NBC. Never heard of that. Blue Bloods. Oh, Tom Selleck's show is ending after 14 seasons. Shite. Unstable. I don't know what that is. Rob Lowe and his son. Okay. Oh, Young Sheldon's ending after. How the fuck did that last 7 seasons? Jesus Christ. I watched 1 episode of that. It was a fucking abomination. Oh, a 3rd season of Welcome to Wrexham. That's interesting. I haven't watched any of it. Oh, based on a true story with Katie Coco. That's getting us. I haven't watched it, but I've at least heard of it. Oh, the revamp of iCarly. That had 3 seasons. Good Lord. Only Murders in the Building's getting a season 4. I do watch that one with Mrs. Angry. Home Economics, never heard of it. The Wonder Years. Didn't know there was a new version of that. It's getting cancelled. How I Met Your Father. No one gives a fuck. The Great. Oh, Catherine the Great. Okay, I haven't watched that. 3 seasons cancelled. All Rise. Cancelled after 3 seasons. There's going to be more RuPaul Drag Race and Kardashians. Ugh, and the Sex and the City spin-off, just like that's coming back. Oh, okay. See, now there's all these Walking Dead spin-offs, but they're on these fucking things that you have to pay extra for, so I'm not watching them. Daryl Dixon got his own spin-off, which I'm interested in. And also the other Walking Dead spin-off, Dead City. But they're on things that I'd have to pay even more for, so I'm not fucking doing it. Just not doing it. The only fire you've done is a cocktail with Neptune's Wrath, lighting green chartreuse. I'm going to... The Devil's Sazerac is going to have an absinthe float, quite high proof, which I'm going to set on fire. I'm also going to use a skull ice, which will be above it, so the skull will be sitting in fire, which I think is suitable for an easy memorial. And yes, Safa, I am taking 2 weeks off over Christmas, so I'll be chill. Oh, the ladies in the Strictly Sega house love Young Sheldon. There you go. Oh, they're going to do old Sheldon. I mean, fuck, why the fuck not? It's all a cash grab, but god damn. Okay. It's stunning to me that Young Sheldon lasted 7 seasons. My sense of time is extremely bad because I think that means Big Bang Theory has been off the air for more than 7 years. Which I don't know because there's a whole bunch about that show that aggravated me. Not least the amount of its humor that relied on rape and or non-consensual abuse. Very fucked up shit. Okay, so they crossed over for a year. Okay. There you go. Still 28 for you, Safa. Where did I put my phone? Honestly. Seriously. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so Brave Bull goes from to do to doing because I'm doing it. What is Bomb saying? 18 here. Feels like 20. Ugh, what are they saying for tomorrow now? Rain, 24. Tuesday, then 31. And Wednesday, 33. Fuck that. Or at least now car park at the train station's open. I just drive down there, get on an air-conditioned train here and get my car and drive around. And then Wednesday I'm going to be at home. Oh, and then much cooler. 25, 21, 21, 22. Okay. God, Melbourne has just been dodging all the extreme weather, and I feel. I think this is not sensible. This is not scientific. This is like superstitious. But I feel like because we've now dodged extreme weather events, like I don't know, half a dozen times. I feel like we're going to get fucked over in summer, like January, February. It's going to fuck us up. So strictly saying, you weren't a fan. Used to be on TV. Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Oh yes, an antenna on the TV, watching actual broadcast TV. Yes. Oh, you don't have to fucking make excuses for anything you watch. You know, I watch a bunch of shit I've been embarrassed by, but it's it is what it is. So yes, but not trying to shame anyone's TV viewing habits, because mine would not stand up to a bunch of scrutiny, quite honestly. So, glass houses and all that. We have a little splash of my clarified eggnog, because I think this is quite low alcohol. So it was half eggnog, so that's no alcohol. And the other half, one part was not alcohol, because one part was lemon juice and sugar syrup. So the 3 parts that were alcohol, each part of those is like one standard drink. So I think when I give myself a pour of this, even a heavy pour is only 1 to 2 standard drinks. So Dr. Jones, your cousin and husband are in Melbourne, so you get to understand what weather they're experiencing through me. There you go. Keeping you in touch with what's happening to the thing. Oh no, a shit ton of people watch free-to-air TV in Australia anyway. And also, what I think is on a countdown to going out is the ridiculous oversaturation of streaming services, because it's really stupid, and they're making less money and going, and it's just it was simply this jealousy thing. Netflix was doing well, and so all these other companies said, we want to make money, and so they fucked the entire ecosystem, and in fact also the ecosystem of broadcast TV. And I just feel like within a couple of years, the penny will drop that they fucked themselves. So the number of streaming services will cut right back. I think, maybe Netflix is going to survive just for longevity. But I think the only ones that'll still be there are the ones that billionaires have as a vanity thing. So that's like Amazon and Apple TV. Oh, and Disney, I suppose. If Disney want to keep going. But again, same token, I think Disney might realize they actually will make more money if they make content and license it to other streamers. They'll make more money. But there was just such an absurd surge in the number of streaming services, I don't see a future where they survive. I just don't. I think it'll come down to just a couple of them surviving. And the broadcast TV people will suddenly go, oh, fuck, we just made so much more money with the broadcast version with advertising. We need to go back to that. And the streaming, like, because Netflix, the original version of Netflix was essentially box sets of things, stuff that had been on TV before, and you could watch whole seasons on Netflix on demand. And then when Netflix started doing original content, it made all these others jump on. So Netflix may well do less original content. And okay, I'm predicting the future. Absolutely worthless. I might be right. I mean, honestly, I might be right. But again, thinking you can predict the future. Mug's saying, Justin, back in Australia. Welcome back. Are you jet lagged? Are you disoriented? And how was your trip? I did love all those pictures you posted, actually. I did like the Mexico ones in particular because it's just interesting and very different to my environs here. Oh, yummy. Fucking yum, dude. Oh, God, and I have to do a job. I have to do at least one job interview this week. Apply for my own fucking job because of a government restructure, also known as a machinery of government change. In the private sector, this would just be called a restructure. In the public service, it's a MOG, machinery of government change. And they changed the structure of my team and some other roles. And so I have to reapply for my job because they changed my job. So my old job technically doesn't exist. But there's a new job, which is very much modeled on my own job. But because of a fundamental change to it under the public service rules, it's treated as a new role. And so I have to apply for it. Or I won't have a fucking job. Just in a short flight delay, causing everywhere Elon Musk was firing rockets. Fuck's sake. That fucking loser is going to be relegated to the bad joke history. Like, again, I'm predicting the future again and again. My predictions are probably worthless, but my prediction is Mushhead eventually, and I think within a couple of years, if the actual companies that he's nominally the head of don't completely collapse, he will be removed from executive roles because he's so fucking toxic. And he's just a goddamn moron who doesn't know what he's doing. And so I'm talking, was it SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter, because it's not X, it's Twitter. Fuck you egotistical fuck. What's the other one? The Boring Company. I think they will all either fail completely, like absolutely collapse, or he will be removed from any executive role because he is such a fuck up and he's fucking up things so colossally because of his stupid fucking insecure adolescent ego. It's quite phenomenal to watch. He just has this fundamental disconnect from reality. And yes, that's the sort of thing he squeals at the top of his lungs. I have people skills. I'm good at dealing with people. It's just petulant tantrum after petulant tantrum, gross overstating of his own competence, and various things. Like, he doesn't have delusions of grandeur. He has delusions of competence because he's not competent. And the stuff he keeps saying in interviews and public forums and posting on social media, the dude is so fucking cringe. It's like literally physical pain from the secondhand embarrassment I get from seeing his fucking things. Oh yeah, Justin, that's a thing that happens. Flights are getting delayed because of presidential movements. Security kicks in. Okay, strictly saying, that's not my invention. I forget where I first heard that, but I've heard that a long time ago. Whether it was on a TV show or a stand-up comedian or something, someone saying like, "Yeah, no, this guy doesn't have delusions of grandeur. He has delusions of competence." Um, so yes, with plagiarism being big news on YouTube at the moment, I need to be very open in saying I did not spontaneously come up with that. I can't remember where I heard it because it was a very long time ago. But I do love it as a turn of phrase, mocking someone for having delusions of competence. And honestly, Ilmo is the fucking dictionary definition of that, basically. Sorry, just another thing. Saw someone having a bit of fun with making fun of his name, calling him elongated muskrat. I'm sure there's another name for a muskrat because I like getting really oblique. What are other names for muskrat? They're beaver-like. Okay. They call that for having a musky odor. Scientific name for muscat. Ondatra zibethicus. Called a muskrat because it looks like a rat and has a musky odor. But it's more like a beaver. There you go. The family includes hamsters. Oh, no, they are actually a rodent. The Cricketidae family, large family of rodents that includes hamsters, voles, many species of rats and mice. Okay, difference between beaver and muskrat. Beavers and muskrats are both rodents, largest order of mammals, not very closely related. They belong to different families. Beavers belong to the Castoridae family, which includes just the beaver. Muskrats are part of the Cricketidae family, hamsters, voles, rats, and mice. There you go. But they do muskrats definitely kind of look like beavers, but they are just rats. Dr. Jones, what's the animal in the Big Lebowski? Now I want to look that up. Animal in Big Lebowski. It's a ferret. Oh, there you go. They call it a marmot. But it's a ferret. Okay, so that's an exceptionally different animal to a muskrat. Yeah, I just looked up the trivia. They call it a marmot, but they actually used a ferret because marmots are actually really big. They used a ferret in the movie. So, very different animal to a muskrat. The one that almost bites his Lebowski's off. Oh, nice, Justin. Good work on getting the upgrade, by the way. That's what we like to see. Oofed. I tell you what, there you go. Mrs. Angry doesn't like The Big Lebowski. I do like it. Started watching it with her once, and she lasted, I don't know, a quarter to halfway through, and she's just like, yeah, this is the dude's movie. And actually, the dude. This is a very blokey movie, and she got bored, which is absolutely legit. But I like it. So there's a lot of things where our taste crosses over, and we watch things together. And there's things where less so. So she'll watch some things on her own, and I'll watch some things on her own. Like she had no real interest in watching Talk to Me, but every now and then, like when something was happening, and I was going, "Oh!" I was literally vocalizing, like going, "Oh fuck!" She'd come out to see what was happening. That made me go, "Oh!" Oh yeah, Coen Brothers movies, very dude movies. And yeah, Dr. Jones, Big Lebowski is a very guy's movie. Lots of women do like it, but it's a very guy movie. Oh well, that's okay, Justin. An older plane or the older seats, but at least you had a lie flat bed. So here's the thing, like, because I have only ever flown economy, and not that often, so I don't have any frequent flyer shit or anything like that. But I reckon maybe business class, but definitely if for whatever reason I was on first class, I would be trying to stay awake the entire time. Like I don't give a shit that you have an actual bed there. I like don't want to miss anything. It's like, oh no. This is just ridiculous fucking luxury. And I want to experience everything. Wordplay, Megaleech, I love it. If the plane's delayed by presidential movements, maybe he's Metamucil. Particularly, look, when we're talking about Biden. You know what? He's going to need something to help with the movements, I think. And if we're just stuck on the tarmac because they're not taking off till he finishes taking a dump, that could be a whole thing. All right. But you know, there's what are you gonna do? You gotta allow for presidential movements, basically. Can you tell? I'm actually amused by the poo-poo joke. Oh, I've still never seen Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. But apparently the book was extremely popular and the movie was fairly popular. Oh god, that must have been so painful, just constant Trump coverage in the US. At least he's not actually getting that much coverage here. The actual Republican debates, which he's not part of, are getting more coverage. But it's just like, you know, he fucking sucks so much. It's just great. What sort of fuckery is going to happen in the US next year in the run up to the actual presidential election? Because, like, if one of those lawsuits to keep him off various ballots passes, he's out. And yes, courts may rule that he's ineligible generally, but that just plays into. I think he probably wants that more because then he gets to continue to play the victim and the conspiracy shit and plays into his narcissism. And Chris Christie's a fucking loser, honestly. And yes, in Australia, the Israel-Gaza war is so big in the news cycle because it's so fucked up. Absolutely fucked up. Just the worst. That's saying something with all the terrible things that have happened over the last couple of decades. That's just particularly bad. That's such a good phrase, Strictly Sega. Chris Christie swings more than your 50-year-old neighbor. Oh dear. All right, that's a fun mapping thing, Safa. Your first driving test was during the last US presidential election. It's funny how we remember things and what goes with what. Ugh. It's a funny old world, is all I'm saying. Oof. Saying, was there? I was looking at news at one point, and I got thrown off by the Anastasia Palaszczuk resigning because that was fucking huge. Foreign investors to be slashed with huge penalties for leaving homes vacant. Good. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh no. Someone found a snake with an enormous bulge. So it's eaten someone's pet, obviously. Large carpet python. A mammoth bulge halfway down its body after eating a large animal is on the Sunshine Coast. Oh, they confirmed it was probably a brush-tail possum. They took the snake to the vet and held a microchip scanner, and there was no microchip. So it probably, although it was big enough to be a cat or a small dog, it was probably a possum. So it's basically saying there are snakes that will eat your fucking pets. So, watch out. Scorching heat wave hit every state except one. Yep, New South Wales is getting fucked by the hot weather. Heat wave warnings. South Australia, Victoria, yeah. Cool change. 85 bushfires across New South Wales. God damn. Oof, we're going to get such a shit bushfire season. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess, but it's probably not gonna be good. Let's see if there's cocktail of the week. Bantoff's dark and wintry. I've got to see what's the cocktail of the week. Okay, so it's clearly a version of a dark and stormy. Apricot jam, mint leaves, rum, drambuie, lime juice, sugar syrup, triple shake, ginger beer. Yes, it's a version of a dark and stormy. They call it dark and wintry. Okay. Sounds like it'd be all right. Not really my type of drink, though. Oh, sorry. I just missed. We were talking about George Santos. That's a hoot. The guy was such an outrageous scammer. Even the Republicans turned on him, and they rarely turn on their own. But he was just so obviously, egregiously a liar and a fabulist and a con artist. They actually turned on him, which was a fucking hoot. Yeah, I think we're the only ones who call them bushfires. In America, I know they call them wildfires. And I'm not sure how much. I think they maybe call them wildfires in Europe as well. I think we're the only people who call them bushfires. And we are going to have a suckhole of a bushfire season. About 99% likely, we are just going to have a shit bushfire season. Let's see if there's anything else fun in news headlines. Heat. 25-year mystery of a song from the X-Files has been solved. What's this about? Long-lost fan favourite songs been found. Twitter user Lauren Anacona was watching X-Files episode with a country song. She tweeted, "It's good, just me out of multitasking to Shazam it. Song's been a mystery since 1998. After going viral, the mystery is solved. Lauren dug deep, followed up with crew members, music supervisors, getting hands on cue sheet. Over 20 million views on Twitter later. Brian Nankervis was thrilled to be able to speak with the two songwriters, Dan Marfisi and Glenn Jordan, who've just released the track, which is no longer a mystery, Staring at Stars." There you go. For 25 years, no one knew what the song on the X-Files was, and now they do. That is a weird bit of trivia, quite honestly. Ooh, that's a fun one. I need to look at this. Victorians back public servants' push for flexible work. More than 2/3 of Victorian voters say they support a push by the state's public servants for more flexible work arrangements and right to work from home, as key unions ramp up industrial action and lead up to Christmas. Unions are contained in a survey by Resolve Political Monitor, conducted for The Age, found 54% of voters backed a 20% pay increase for the public sector over 4 years. Poll asked Victorians whether they supported improvements in paying conditions. What the CPSU is, which I'm a member of. I'm fucking union all the way. They want an extra week of annual leave, supported by half of voters. There you go. Working 9 to 5 was so yesterday. 20% pay rise, 54% support. 4-day work week without a drop in pay, almost half support. Additional week of annual leave, half support. Ability to work from home where the role allows it, 68% support. Right to be granted flexible working hours unless impractical, 70% support. Okay, well, this is going to be fun. Unions got a few months of arguing with the government over these things. We'll see what happens. Ugh, the Murdoch press, it freaks me out. People who have a mainstream voice do this freakish climate change denialism still. Absolutely freaks me out. Oh yeah, but like Santos had to be really, 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 really bad for the Republicans to turn on him. Like, yes, it was completely self-interested. They thought he was a liability, but Jesus, that guy's so fucking weird. Christmas drug shortages. Okay, if I can't get my Molly for Christmas, I'm going to be really unhappy. That was a joke. I don't take Molly. Rental company dumps Tesla fleet due to repair costs. Again, I think Tesla's going to cease to exist. Tesla is a fucking scam. Ooh, someone got shot near a CBD strip club. There you go. God damn. Trying to see what else. Wild rules inside secret Aussie cult. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, this is so slamming. Gizmodo. Apple scurries onto the AI stage. Too little, too late. Okay, that's another bit of predicting future, and you need to take this with a grain of salt because predicting the future is the mug's game. Is going to be a flash in the pan because the companies can't afford to keep having these server farms, which cost a fucking fortune. The only way they'd be able to keep it is as a paid service, and no one's going to pay for it. Yeah, strictly saying, I think that was the main problem the Republicans had with Santos, that he got, not that he did stupid things, that he got caught doing stupid things. Tesla four-wheel drive, do you mean the Cybertruck or is it something else? The Cybertruck is a fucking disaster waiting to happen. It's everything about it is stupid, and everything about it sums up Elon Musk for just a ridiculous degree. Oh, the server farms, that things like Chat GPT are actually phenomenally expensive to run. Like they have massive server farms that burn an enormous amount of energy. Uh, they're actually terrible environmentally, and I believe after all this hype for the last year, none of it's sustainable. Also because they're talking bullshit. The hype is dying already. But then when the companies go, okay, this is actually costing us too much money to do, the only possible way this keeps going is if we charge users a quite large amount and users simply won't pay it and it will fucking go away. Dr. Jones, I think you do a better job than Musk, if that's what you're talking about, because Musk is just actively destructive. Just remove him and let the people do their work. Oh no. All these AI things are massive server farms, terrible environmentally, and just super expensive. And I believe the combination of they are just grossly overhyped, and the companies behind them have been glossing over their quite severe shortcomings. And plus, they're just so fucking expensive to run. They can't keep doing it. So, plus, I think they will lose a succession of lawsuits of them using copyrighted material to power both the text and image generators. Copyright's a shit tool to go after companies like that, but I do think they'll end up on the losing end of a number of lawsuits. Oof, I just think there's a few different factors, not least that there is just ridiculous amounts of bullshit in the hype about these AI things. I think they're going to fade away because they're ridiculous on a number of levels. I mean, look, I won't deny for a second that it's really cool to play, particularly with an image generator, but also with the text generators. It's fascinating what you can get them to do, but they're doing it because they have stolen other people's labor. And so all you're getting is simulacra of someone else's work. You get stuff that gives you the illusion of being original, but it isn't. And also, it only exists because they've stolen the labor of other people. But yeah. And you see it a lot in ads. Online ads are more and more, the imagery on them and even videos are AI generated. So it's a whole thing. So I think the hype cycle is almost done. But yeah, where these AI things are different to a lot of other technologies that went through a hype cycle that busted and then leveled out, is they're freakishly expensive to run, and the companies won't be able to afford to keep doing it. Now, the base technology remains extremely interesting. And also the hype about, It's going to destroy the world. Get fucked. No, it isn't. That is some crossover between magical thinking and deliberately lying hype. That whole thing about, oh, it's going to create a true intelligence that's smarter than humans is fucking stupid, because they can't even define human intelligence. So how the fuck do you code something that you don't understand? And it's literal magical thinking. It's the underpants gnomes from South Park. It's like, step one, gather underpants. Step two, step three, profit. With this AI hype about things becoming self-aware and being a truly self-aware, intelligent entity that's even smarter than humans, it's like, step one, code something that does some really clever stuff. Step three, general intelligence, a machine that's smarter than humans. Step two, it's fucking bullshit. It's just fucking bullshit. But I will come back to, because I just finished the season of The Expanse that had the Miller simulacrum being generated by the machines left behind by the aliens who built the proto-molecule. And this came out really well in the books, but it came out pretty well in the TV show. The way they do the Miller simulacrum was a really good representation of how what we call AI works. It's an incredibly complex program that is set to do things, but it doesn't know why it's doing them. It has no desire to do them. It's just following instruction sets. And they're just unfathomably complex instruction sets, but it's still just following instruction sets. It doesn't want to do anything. It doesn't have a desire to do anything. It doesn't remember anything it's done in the human sense. And yes, the underpants gnomes is about, I don't know, 15, 20-year-old South Park. It's very old South Park. The Expanse, it's about 5 years ago. There's 5 seasons of it, and it sort of jumped between a couple of TV networks that were making it, and it ended up on Prime, Amazon Prime. I think Prime did the last 2 or 3 seasons of it. And, well, I mean, I can look it up. But the Expanse books came out a while ago. But again, the way the Expanse books have this artificial intelligence trying to find answers when it doesn't know why it's doing it, is it captures AI really well. It just keeps doing these things, and it's driven by its programming to do these things. But in a human sense, it doesn't know why it does it. It doesn't have a desire to do it, but it's just very driven. So the 6 seasons of The Expanse were made between 2015 and 2022. So there you go. The last season, it's not that long ago that it came out. Oh yes, Prime got all the sport, which upset people. I mean, clearly I don't give a shit. A, because I have Prime, B, because I don't watch sport anyway. But that's the whole thing. Tell you what, I am going to go sleepy burbos, I think. What's happening in the week ahead? I'm going to watch more Expanse. We're on to season 5 of 6 now. Could I do a fucking job interview at some point? Ugh, it's going to suck. Ooh, Musical Aviator. A Christmas concert with obscure and classical Renaissance Czech carols. Hallelujah. Didn't need 4 trumpets, but you had 4 trumpets. All right, I'm just going to find this. I need to see this on the Discord. You pick from the load in the Discord. Oh, nice. I can show this. This is Musical Aviator. Was at a concert, didn't need 4 trumpets, but took 4 trumpets. That's what it's all about. Neat. I like it. And yes, I did watch the GTA 6 trailer. So it's a real tease. Like, it's not coming out till 2025. Looks like it's social media is going to be built into it quite a bit. And that's interesting. It will be interesting if they put a thing in that it's like a game element that you can try and raise your profile on social media. Be doubly interesting if it actually crosses over into real social media, like doing the equivalent of TikTok videos of your gameplay in GTA 6. It remains to be seen exactly how that mechanism will work, but the social media stuff was so prevalent. So I was going to think, oh yeah, again, just having a woman protagonist in it is going to upset them. But again, she's a gangbanger. She's Latina, isn't she? It was hilarious. I did see someone do a video matching all the bits. I don't know how much of GTA 6 is set in Vice City, which is Miami. But someone said, how is Florida a good setting? Someone did a video where they matched a bunch of key scenes in that trailer to real shit that had happened in Florida. And it was pretty funny just how much of that trailer is stuff that has really happened in Florida. It's pretty wild. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it's going to be multi-protagonist like GTA 5 is, or if it'll be sole protagonist like the previous ones were. And yeah, the rumor is the map's going to be everything. It's going to be not necessarily all of the continental US, but certainly the GTA versions of Florida, New York, and California. Maybe. It's way too early for us to know. It's given me vibes of wanting to do GTA 5 again. And even just games I had at the same time, like Mafia 3, which I really enjoyed. When I replay that, play it differently, because you make a bunch of choices in that game. But anywho, I did talk up to 10, and it's 10 now. So I'm going to go sleepy bobos. Probably back on Tuesday. I mean, there's always, who knows, might be having dinner with the offspring. But cherry and a half to eat tonight. Oh my god. These cherries are so freaking yummy. Like, I got a new jar. I finished the last jar. It still had a fair amount of the syrup. And I had another jar that had a fair amount of the syrup from the previous one. And I had them together. So it was like half full of cherry syrup. And I mentioned to Mrs. Angry it's there if you want it for anything. I saw it today and it had clearly gone down. It's like, oh, have you been using the cherry syrup? She's going, oh, yeah. I made this sort of brownie and yogurt dessert, and I just poured some of the cherry syrup over the top, and it was just incredible, just the best. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going sleepy bobos now. So you fine folk, look after yourselves. Take care. Probably back on Tuesday, unless I'm not, but I'll be back at some time during the week, and maybe later in the week. Well, definitely sometime later in the week. Maybe I'll save it till Thursday and Friday because they're pretty potent drinks. But I'll be doing the AIDSy Memorial drinks this week. The Code Grey Espresso Martini variation and the Devil's Sazerac. But I'll see you all later sometime.